Have you ever been impressed by someone or something that you thought to yourself, God, I wish I could do that. I wish I could play guitar like Chuck Berry. I wish I could sing like Elvis. I wish I could design a rocket like Elon Musk. Have you? Have you wished for that? Well, me too. But did you actually pick up a guitar? Or took a singing lesson? Or took the first step towards building a rocket? Whatever that step may be. Well, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. In this video, we will talk about why you wanted it so badly in this split of a second, but then eventually stopped wanting it and probably let it go. I'm Vlad, and between the ages of 17 and 23, I used to play guitar, but then I stopped, simply because I lost interest. Music is still a big part of my life though, and I could never live without it. I never picked up any other instruments, and sometimes I wish I would have never stopped playing guitar, and sometimes I wish I could play piano. I also used to dance for a while. I'm singing when no one's listening, and I have earphones in my ears pretty much anytime there are any laying around. I don't want to go into details why I stopped playing guitar, but I do want to spend some time talking about the fact that sometimes when I listen to a beautiful song, I get nostalgic and even want to cry. And finally, some important information in this section. I want to pick up the guitar again, and I used to do it before I sold my guitars and the rest of my gear. I would pick up the guitar, I would play for 10 minutes, and then lose interest again. Or to be more precise, what I lost was motivation. Understand and accept the fact, and really, I don't care about how much you want something in life. Motivation is always temporary. It's an impulse. It comes and goes. This is why we pick things up and let them go. Humans are explorers. We're very curious. We want to try out new things all the time instead of chewing on the old ones. We want to learn new things, but that means that we're pretty much dopamine junkies. And please don't quote me on that because I'm not a biologist. I think it's dopamine that makes us happy. Or was it ice cream? Anyway, we naturally desire to be excited. But what do we do when motivation goes away? I will try to answer this question in a second, but let's leave motivation alone for a bit and look at the other side of the coin. If motivation gets us excited for a while and then disappears, then why don't we just wait for a few minutes before lighting a cigarette and just let the motivation to smoke fade away? Why is it that when walking by a clearly unhealthy restaurant chain, which name I'm clearly trying to avoid here, why is it so hard to not go in even though we know that the motivation to go in will fade away in just a few minutes? There has to be something that consistently makes us feel good, even if it's something that is not good for us. On one hand, we have motivation that appears out of nowhere and leaves soon, and on the other hand, we have habits which stay, whereas motivation controls only a few seconds of our attention, habits control our entire lives. Does this mean that you will never stop smoking? Does this mean that we're forever doomed to be seduced by unhealthy food? Of course not, because there aren't only bad habits, there are also good habits, and these also stay. And here's the trick. Did you notice that it's incredibly hard to disobey your habits? You always feel bad when you do, independently of whether it's a good habit or a bad one. Let's say you're a smoker. Not smoking makes you feel bad. Let's say you're used to eating huge burgers. Not eating them makes you feel bad. These were clearly examples of the bad habits. Let's now take a look at a few examples of the good ones, shall we? You do brush your teeth every morning and every evening, don't you? Well, how would you feel if you would go on a camping trip for a few days and then realize that you forgot your toothbrush? You will feel bad. Same goes for not taking a shower, not exercising, not meditating, oversleeping, not cleaning your room for months. I could go on. Not following your habits, good ones or bad ones, will make you feel bad. No dopamine for you, mister. So let's recap what we learned so far. Motivation excites us but fades away pretty quickly, and habits constantly make us feel good. It is crucial to understand that we cannot get rid of either of those things. You will always have unscheduled meetings with motivation and a calendar full of habits, whether you want it or not. So how do we make sure that we get rid of the bad habits? Well, we simply replace them with good ones. There are only 24 hours in a day. Eventually, there will be simply no time left for the bad ones. In my previous video, I talked about why you should want to become a professional software developer. I mentioned a few pros like money, the ease of getting into a software career, the sea of opportunities, and a few others. This was clearly a motivational video, but as we have seen, motivation doesn't last long. No amount of money will make you happy. No dream job position will make you happy. And it doesn't matter how big the company that you created has become if you don't have a routine of good habits supporting you every day. This is why I meditate and stretch every day, work out every second day. Occasionally I have a shitty day where I don't even want to get out of bed, but then I remember all the progress that I make every day, and this keeps me going. This has been part 1 of the Understand Learning video, and I haven't even said the word learning once so far. Let's hope I do better in the second one, in which we will talk about the meaning of learning and find out how to replace bad habits with good ones. It's Vlad. Let me know if your experiences have been similar in the comments below, and see you next time.